am a tasker. The system promised me that if I could win the heart of my target, I could bring my beloved back from the dead. And so, I poured every ounce of my soul into melting the cold heart of the villain, Damien Kep. I didn't care that he killed me 99 times. On my 100th attempt, Damien, in a bid to amuse his cherished Sarah, threw me to a sadist. You can't die anyway, he'd said with a smirk. Make Sarah laugh, and I might just do you the honor of marrying you. What he didn't know was that the system had a hidden rule. After 100 attempts, successful or not, my love would be resurrected, and I would vanish from his world without a trace. Host has died 99 times. Hidden reward protocol initiated. Upon 100th death at the hands of the target, reward will be automatically dispatched. Resurrection of Jean White. When I opened my eyes, I was lying on a cold floor, the large pools of my own blood already dried and blackened. I came to this world for one reason, to resurrect my love, Jean White, by completing the task set before me, winning the heart of Damien Kep. I was an orphan. No one had ever loved me until Jean pulled me from the darkness. So when the system told me that conquering Damien's heart was the key to bringing Jean back, I agreed without a moment's hesitation. I gave Damien everything. I laid my heart bare for him, and even when he tortured me, I showed him nothing but unwavering devotion. Damien knew I was a tasker. He knew I would be reborn after every death, so he used that knowledge to inflict every cruelty imaginable, showing me not a shred of mercy. For my 99th life, he dragged me to a fashion show for his beloved Sarah Vance. He gazed at her on the runway with a look of profound affection, all while humiliating me as if I were a dog at his feet. I simply sat there, silent and still, letting his words wash over me, refusing to leave his side. Halfway through the show, the ceiling suddenly gave way. A shower of glass rained down upon us. Without a thought, I threw myself on top of Damien, letting the shards pierce my back. But he shoved me off violently, scrambling to the side of Sarah, who was completely unharmed. The entire venue emptied out, but no one spared me a second glance. A piece of glass was lodged deep in my heart. I welcomed my 99th death. It was all right. After this rebirth, I only had to die one more time. Then, I could finally have Jean back. I had barely managed to pull myself to my feet when Damien's call came through. Are you awake yet? He barked. Sarah and I are at City Central Hospital. Make some broth and bring it over. Now. His voice dripped with impatience, as if every word spoken to me was a chore. The fact that I had just died for him didn't move him in the slightest. I struggled to my feet and drove home. Without even changing out of my filthy, blood-stained clothes, I started making the soup. Damien was always like this, demanding that any food I brought him be made by my own hands. If he found even the slightest flaw, he would throw the entire container, soup and all, in my face. During my 67th life, he'd scalded me so badly that a large scar marred my face. He didn't care. In fact, he led the jeering. What does it matter? He'd sneered. The next time you die, it'll all reset anyway. Carrying the thermos, I hurried to the hospital. I found Damien tenderly caring for Sarah as she lay in her bed. The moment he saw me, his brow furrowed in disgust. You didn't even change? What if you bring germs in here? Sarah gently patted his hand, then offered me an apologetic smile. I'm sorry, Nina. Damien is just so worried about me. She was pretending to defend me, but the mockery and contempt in her eyes were crystal clear. Damien snatched the thermos from me. He opened it, ladled out a spoonful of soup, blew on it, and carefully fed it to Sarah. She had barely swallowed when she began to cough violently. Damien panicked, patting her back frantically. After a few minutes, Sarah finally calmed down, her eyes misty as she glanced at the thermos. I'm allergic to lemon. I stood frozen, staring